It's been a busy transfer window, but I fear for Swansea. Have we done enough? I seriously doubt it. I believe we could be victims of our own success. One season too early for Europe. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to the Liberty Stadium in Swansea, and welcome to Season 3 of The Road to Glory. And we are revelling in our success from last season, but I do fear that it is one season too early. If you are new to the channel, then why not subscribe, like, watch and comment. Help the channel to grow and help us to support the very worthwhile cause you can see scrolling above. Now, it has been a very, very busy transfer window, and we'll have a look at what we have done this summer. And in terms of players that have gone out, you can see we've made a total of £41.5 million profit. Christoph Zimmermann left on a free to Dynamo Kiev. That was already pre-arranged well before the season was finished. And Joel Pirro, I decided that I'd actually had enough of him, that he didn't really perform well enough for us, and I decided he had to go. We got an offer of £20 million from Southampton, but he turned it down. So therefore we had to accept a £13 million offer from Wolfsburg. And Kyle Joseph, he also went out, a young striker who I didn't think was ever going to make it. He went out to Salzburg for £8.25 million. And then Ruben Davis, a youngster, went out on a free to Connors Key, and a couple of other youngsters. We finally sold Obafemi. He was never going to make it as a Premier League striker, and he went to Pachuca for £4.3 million. We got more for him than I thought we would get. We've sent Daniel Williams out on loan for another season. I think he is a very, very good player, but he's not quite ready to come into the first team or even be tried in the first team yet. So he's gone out to Newport on loan, as well as Rochesha, who has also gone to Newport on loan. And Lincoln McFadden went out on loan. And finally, Stephen Bender, who we've been trying to sell for a long time, goalkeeper, he went to Hibernian. And we'll be seeing him again because we are playing Hibernian in the fourth knockout round of the Euro Cup 2, the Continental Cup. So he's gone to Hibernian for £300,000. Finally, he got a work permit. And Cotterill, very young, talented player, he went out on loan to Newport, and Vivas went out on loan to Solihull. But in terms of players in, we needed desperately to strengthen up front, and we brought in Martin Satriano from Inter for £13.5 million. He looks like a very, very good player. He has good physicals, he's a good physical player, great jumping reach, and his pace is not bad. We plan to use him as a pressing forward, and good finishing, good composure. Looks like a good signing. £13.5 million from Inter. And then we brought in 6 other players we needed also to strengthen at fullback, and we brought in Clinton Mata from Paris Saint-Germain for £5.75 million. He again he's a very physical player, good mentals. He looks like he's the business, and he could develop hopefully into a regular long-term at least for the next few years. He's 30 years old, but I like him. I like the look of him. He's come in as vice-captain. Vitinha, another forward, came in from BRG, and he's the big signing. We spent £32 million on him. He looks like a good forward, and I'm hoping that he settles in and becomes part of what could be a very successful team this year. And Dylan Levitt, now he came in for £7.25 million, and he's taken to the team like a duck to water. He is a central midfielder. He's come in from Manchester United, and he's 22 years old, plenty of development left in him, and I think he's going to be a very, very good player. And certainly in pre-season, he's adapted well, he's scoring goals, and he's looking very, very good in addition to the squad. I like this signing, and hopefully he will deliver big this season. Look out for Dylan Levitt. And then Bella Kotchup, we brought him in as a central defender, ball-playing defender. He's got good attributes. He's a very physical player, 6'3", great jumping reach, and I'm hoping that he will fit into the team very nicely indeed and become the player he was. We brought him in from Bochum for £8.25 million. And then a left back, and I really brought him in. I chose this one, Ludvig Augustinsson. I picked him because he can take corners, and he is a free kick taker. We're desperately short there, and whilst there were better fullbacks available, I decided we needed some help in the set-piece department. Again, he looks like he's got the ability to become a very, very good player. 29 years old, and certainly for 3 years maybe he'll be part of the setup. And the final signing so far is Vaccine Adley, a midfielder. Again, we need to add more depth in midfield. Brought him in from Milan for £9.25 million. Again, it looks really good in terms of possibly a Mazzala, and he's got some very, very good mentals, a good physical player, and also he's a fairly decent technical player. And so I like that signing, and hopefully he will produce some big games for us in midfield as well. And that's it. We do have one more signing that we're looking at. I'm being told that even with the strength we have added up top, because we now have so many up top, we have 4 up top, even though we've spent a total of 43 million, we are looking at bringing in another striker. We've made a bid for Taremi from Porto. Looks like a very good player, and I'm hoping that we can bring him in. We've offered him a contract, and he will cost us £7.75 million. He looks like a good player. The only problem is that I have is that they all want to be important players. So whether that will happen, I don't know, but he certainly looks the business. He's very, very interested as well in coming to us. So fingers crossed that we can bring that one over the line. We will be very strong up top then, I believe, if that can happen. So in terms of the schedule, we have, well, let's go to the club vision first. And they've dropped this being upset about defensive football, but one of my worries is to reach the Euro Cup quarter-final. And I'm not sure that's justifiable at this point. We still need only to avoid relegation, but reaching the 5th round minimum, I don't know, the requireds here, the Carabao Cup 4th round, FA Cup 5th round, Premier League are required, desired to reach the quarter-final. I don't know if that is possible this year, and I fear for this Swansea team in terms of trying to achieve what the board want. In terms of the fixtures, we've got Leeds away today, and then we have Hibernian, who have 2 of our ex-players, Cooper and Bender, in the Euro Cup 2, 4th qualifying round. And sandwiched in between there is Nottingham Forest, which we'll see through September. And so today we will begin our new season campaign, and the 23-24 season will begin with a away fixture at Leeds. We have to play Leeds away, and we always seem to get away fixtures for the beginning of the season. And for now, let's go and play Leeds. And we are playing a little bit more attacking this year. And we have Fisher, Mata, Williams, Kotchup, Augustinsson, In defence, we have Grimes, Levitt, Adley, and Ohulu starting in midfield, with Satriano and Vitinha beginning up front. We do have a couple of injuries and suspensions, which mean that Ohulu is getting a game today. Downs is suspended, Magyar's injured, Grimes is injured. So we do have a few issues that we have to deal with, but we are confident of getting a result, and even a draw away at Leeds will be a good result. It'll be a good start to the season. What we want to do is avoid defeat, but we're learning from Arsenal at the end of last season, and we're going to go a much more positive style at the beginning of this season. And I've left it in 2D again, so I will adjust that before we begin the match. And let's go and play some football, and let's hopefully put Leeds to sleep and get the 3 points here today. But it's Leeds who have the first highlight, and they're looking to work it down the left, but Reece Williams is able to clear that up. And here is Augustinsson with his first free kick of the season, and that's Reece Williams heading it over the bar. And a free header at the near post. He should have done a little better than that, I think. But it's been a fairly quiet opening. Fisher finds Reece Williams. Reece Williams, he finds Clinton Mata, making his debut. He plays it back to Reece Williams. There are several people making their debut in this team, and that obviously worries me. Tactical familiarity, but there's Vitinho, and he's hit the bar, and that is cleared away by Leeds, and it's picked up by Clinton Mata, and the highlight comes to an end. Signs are good. We are destroying Leeds at the moment, and they really don't have an answer to what we're doing. But even though the signs are good, we're not putting the ball in the back of the net, and obviously that's a worry. And that's a good tackle as Walker Peters picks it up. He's always a danger for Leeds, Walker Peters, and do struggle to contain him on that right flank. And but we're going to press him, close him down, try and tight mark him, stop him from. And that was a cross. And so clearly he is going to be a pain in the backside again in this game. We have had 6 shots at the moment to Leeds 1 shot. And after 33 minutes, we are dominating this match. We've had the bulk of the possession. But the one thing we haven't done is put the ball in the back of the onion bag. And we need to start doing that. Augustin fires in a free kick, and that's headed away. And it's going to be picked up by Clinton Mata. He's going to look inside, and he finds Reece Williams. Reece Williams, he finds Adley. Adley puts Vitinho through, and Vitinho's second big chance of the game, and he fires it wide of the post. And he is not having the best of beginnings to his career here at Swansea. But we have a free kick, and it is Adley with the free kick, and Adley curls it, and that's a save by the Leeds goalkeeper. And again, chance after chance after chance. And I know that if you don't take your chances, as Williams has another one, if you don't take your chances, then you will be punished. And we are totally dominating this game. And I'm worried we might get punished for this. But it's easily defended by Swansea. And Kayemba making a rare appearance. I'm hoping. And here is Vitinho. Vitinha. He's forced wide and he is robbed. And he's not having the greatest of games, Vitinha, on his debut for Swansea. But we are totally dominating this game. And Leeds really don't seem to have any answer. And I'm hoping that we will eventually get the breakthrough here, that we will break them down in the end. And there's a ball through to Kayemba. Kayemba is through, and Kayemba! He has made it. Leeds 0, Swansea 1. What a beautiful ball from Adley. And Kayemba, like a racehorse through the middle. And Beautiful, beautiful pass. And Kayemba, deft little chip over the goalkeeper. It's 1-0 to Swansea. Finally, we have unlocked the defence. And it is now 1-0. But we can't rest on our laurels. We need to really put this game to bed. But we are totally in control. And I'm very surprised that Leeds are playing so poorly at this point. And I'm sure that the second half might be different. As Satriano finds Adley. Adley is in space, and Adley tries to chip the goalkeeper, and that is over the bar. Finishing is an issue. It always has been here at Swansea. But at half-time, it's Leeds 0, Swansea 1. We have to do better. I'm going to tell them that their shooting is well off, and we need to do better. And we're going to adjust a couple of player instructions, as I've noticed that some of the players are not performing as they should be. And the second half begins, and we have the first highlight again. I've noticed that Leeds have made a change, so I need to change the opposition instructions. And Swansea, though, have the first highlight, and we bring it forward. And here is Kayemba. Kayemba into Vitinha! And once again, his third, but he is offside, but his third golden chance, and he couldn't find the back of the net. And we have to keep going with him. We have to put faith in him that eventually he will come up with the goods. He's a very good player, and this is just FM playing about for the time being. And we just have to keep the faith in Vitinha. But here come Leeds. It's still only 1-0. And it is still a worry as Leeds come through. A Fisher with a brilliant save. That was a great save by Fisher. 1-on-1, and he made himself big and put it round the post. But Leeds have a corner. 60 minutes gone. And that's headed clear by Swansea. And it comes out. And there's a ball and into the box, but it's well blocked. And it is now a Leeds corner. And Leeds are putting a bit of pressure on here, and they may have to change things a little bit in the near future, because they are starting to put a bit of pressure on us. We need to think about some substitutions, and I'm just going to drop a little bit of encouragement to the team and say, come on, boys, let's put this to bed. And we are defending, though, a little bit more than we were in the first half. And I do think something needs to change as Leeds look to work the ball through, and that is very well defended. And here comes Vitinha. Vitinha, he's being forced out wide. Now, can he get a cross in? Yes, he can. And there is Satriano. Satriano gets a goal on his debut. What a bullet header from the edge of the box. We'll take that. Leeds United 0, Swansea 2. And what a header that was. It was a brilliant ball again from Satriano out to Vitinha. And he looked up, crossed, and Satriano arriving at the edge of the box. That was a bullet header. And into the far post. But it is now Leeds 0, Swansea 2. We can ease off the gas a little bit now and make some substitutions. We're going to tie down the game and just make sure that we hold on to this. 2-0 away at Leeds. Beautiful result to begin. I couldn't have asked for any more than that. I'd have accepted a draw. To get the 3 points here is absolutely brilliant. We are going to tie down the game now and just see it out. Conserve energy. We don't have anything to panic about as Leeds hit the bar. But that's just FM playing about again. But here comes Vitinha, and that's a great tackle by Ayling. Great tackle. I thought maybe earlier in the season I was thinking about signing Ayling, but decided against it. And that is full time. It's Leeds United 0, Swansea 2. It's a perfect start. I wouldn't pay too much attention to positions in the Premier League at the moment because there's only one game gone. But we are sitting there in 5th, and it is a great start. We now have to go to Hibernian to play our first leg. In fact, we are at home, I believe, for the first leg against Hibernian. And these are 3 next games are games we must win. We must get off to a good start, and hopefully FM's not going to FM me against Hibernian. And I think what we'll do is we'll come back with highlights of those 2 games, and we'll come back for the Aston Villa match at the end of September. And we'll update you on the transfer window, as well as show you highlights of the Eurocup 2 and the Aston Villa game in the Premier Division. And that's it for this video. If you are new, don't forget, subscribe, like, watch and comment. Help the channel to grow and help us to support the very, very worthwhile cause that you can see scrolling above. And thanks very much everyone for watching along, and we will see you for Aston Villa, a game we traditionally struggle with, and hopefully we'll be a better, stronger team and take the 3 points the next time. And all that remains to be said now is see you next time.